we're going to be talking about perspective, and why are we talking about perspective? So it's a medical conference. You know, everybody's here discussing health issues, insurance, what's going on with spleens and livers and kidneys and hearts. But we never talk about the brain. And it's kind of interesting that we don't talk about the brain because it's well documented that what's going on up here affects your physiology. Now it's pretty well known. How you think about life, how you think about your situation. But before we can even get into how you look at your situation, we're going to set the foundation and kind of show you what's going on. We think that everything is out here. We think we're dealing with an objective reality, and that we're objective observers looking out into the world. A lot more has been discovered about what's going on in the brain. And it turns out that whatever semblance of a picture that you pick up from the world is actually disseminated, sent to different parts of the brain where it's put together. And what we get from the world is very limited. So we only see a sliver of light in the whole electromagnetic spectrum. So this is what's going on. We're getting like light, smell, touch, and all these sensory impulses are getting put together in the brain. But because we actually have only a sliver of information, you're relying on an internal model. So we've kind of all learned how to see the world. We've learned how to see red for what we call red. We say that's red. We learned that. We learned blue, all these colors. But we also learned how we see other people. We learned how we see what we're capable of, all that kind of stuff. But I want to go into how our perspectives change and how people can have different perspectives.
That dress drove me crazy.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, that's a great example, and I want to kind of get a tally. What did you guys think it was? What did you guys think that the color was?
White and
I thought it was white and gold.
It was white and gold?
I said the white. I thought it was lavender.
I thought they were
Yeah,
BS.
lavender.
I mean, it's the obvious.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
So what'd you see, Chris?
I see white and gold.
All right.
Where?
Honey
Who-
glasses.
All I got is white. I got white and gold. So
The very first.
That's right.
Reposted on Facebook, it was white and gold, and they seen the same thing.
So a lot of
When it came on the news, it was blue and black.
did that trip you out? So these guys saw lavender. Wow, another lavender.
Yeah, girl.
So that's what's so wild is that, you know, what's going on is that we have very little information in this photograph. We don't know where it was taken, what kind of lighting, what kind of camera was used, or any of that. So we're kind of inferring, and depending on what you think, you know, it's like a bright room, or if you think it was a shaded area, if you think it was like a blue camera filter, sometimes the filters will put blue haze on colors. So depending on all that kind of like background information, you're putting together what you think the dress is. And what's so rattling about it, that's why everybody is so arguing about it, is because if a different perspective challenges our version of reality. Like we know what it is. Ain't nobody gonna tell us what it is. Right? So there's another great example of this I'm gonna get into. This one's a little bit, I want to make sure you guys all see this. All right, can you guys see the brown right here?
Yeah.
And this right here, the orange? You guys all see that orange?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what's going to trip you out, is that these are all the same color. Yeah. And that's, to me, that was really startling. So what's going on is there is no orange there. On that paper, you can come up and test it for yourself. That is brown. So where is that orange?
The column next to it.
Well, the color orange is in your head, but you're taking information from what's around. So like a dark area, that brown, you know, is lighter than that darker area. So you're saying that must be orange. Your brain is kind of putting orange there. Okay, there's another great example. What do you see
No,
like
this definitely looks different, two different colors.
light and dark? Yeah,
Take this from brain games.
boom. Can you see that?
Oh, that's cool.
Boom, and it pops. And what's so wild is I've already showed you they're the same color. He already told you they're the same color. And yet,
I still don't
Looks
believe it's the
different.
same color.
It's the same
Yeah.
color.
It's
Different
just like the white,
shades.
like the little lighter strip. in
Cover
between
the strip
colors.
off again.
Taking information.
What's the difference?
Once you put the white bar in.
there is no difference
I
now.
see the same color.
Right. What about now?
It's like, oh.
The dark ones are top.
Right. So what? Again, I'm just showing you guys how your brain is operating, and this is going on all the time. I can't even get into all the examples. I mean, you've got blind spots. Did you guys know you have half-dollar size blind spots right here?
Yes.
And yet we're unaware of it. So your brain is literally creating a high-resolution image right here based on the surrounding information. It's taking in all the information that you collect, like a photo, you know, whatever memory you got, and it fills that in. Okay, how does this affect us, right? So we're relying on our internal model, what we've learned, to fill in blanks, and that's what we trust more than what we think objectively or see objectively.